Hello everyone. Think you know it all? Think again. The world is full of surprising things that you've never heard of. Check out these amazing objects, animals and phenomena that will blow your mind. Let's get it on. Have you seen those huge offshore platforms pumping oil from the ocean? Turns out, launching them into the water looks incredibly grand and impressive. Now, no storm can budge those supports. At the Johnson Space Center in Texas, engineers built a special neutral buoyancy pool. It allows astronauts to simulate microgravity and practice tasks they'll need to perform in space. Bet they have a blast there even after work hours. In a village in the Netherlands on New Year's Eve, they hold a festival called Carbiderennen. Thousands of people from across the country gather here to explode carbide using special cannons, putting on a spectacular show. Honestly, I'd love to fire off a couple of rounds myself. Here's a tip for the future. If you ever become fabulously wealthy and decide to buy a yacht, but find it too short after a while, you can easily make it longer. Well, it's not exactly easy. You'd need to make precise marks, cut it into pieces, and add another section. Sounds like quite a task, but watching it happen is quite a thrill. This virus defense works way better than any vitamins ever would. Feeding chicks looks like stuffing donuts with filling. Either this is the weirdest musical instrument I've ever seen, or I've just missed this episode of Rick and Morty. Every Bugatti hypercar is assembled completely by hand. It seems the Lego makers took this fact to heart and created this full-scale model. 16 workers spent half a year on this project. but the result was definitely worth it. Forget coffee to start your morning at this job. Nothing beats a shot of adrenaline for waking up. Check out these guys testing a power line for a fault. Looks epic, right? How startled would you be if you stumbled upon this in a dark alley? Don't worry though, there were no bats among its ancestors. It's just a rare condition where a dog's spine doesn't develop properly and stays short, so feel free to scratch behind the ears. How'd you like the size of this crossover? The amazing thing is, it's a DIY project by a guy from China who built the car almost entirely from scrap metal. He even installed standard controls, so you can actually drive it. Though the only way to get in is through the trunk. Who says arrows are a thing of the past? These can easily pierce modern armor. If you've ever tried grinding meat, you definitely won't want to switch jobs with those guys. This gravel machine is actually so powerful that it can easily crush huge rocks. These birds clearly never skip leg day. Seriously though, Dong Tao chicken is a really exotic bird that you can find in Vietnam. They were originally bred for cockfighting, but now, since their popularity has waned, they just surprise us with their unusual appearance. Those dreaming of visiting Japan should know who they might run into. The Japanese giant salamander is one of the largest of its kind, which probably explains why it looks like a baby Godzilla. The concrete jungle just got a bit more like the real jungles, thanks to a 108-meter waterfall on a skyscraper in Guizhou. The building stands at 121 meters and includes a hotel, business offices, and shopping centers. Be honest, wouldn't you want to go shopping there? A guy set up a holographic fan, and now he can project almost any image as a super realistic 3D model. Just remember, it's not a touchscreen, so don't try to touch the hologram. Vaccinating a bunch of stubborn lambs can be tough, which is where this thing comes in handy. It looks like an amusement ride. Hopefully it's not just painless for them, but also fun. This guy turned sneakers into real works of art. You wouldn't believe what he created when he got his hands on some Lego. And let me tell you, he doesn't stop at just one idea. He's got a workshop at home, and his imagination seems limitless. You'd be amazed at what he came up with using Lego. You know how a tail plays a crucial role in balance for any animal? Well, Japanese engineers had a clever idea to use this concept for elderly people. They've designed a nifty mechanism that helps seniors straighten their backs and keep balance. Everyone has their own vision of what a modern interior should look like, but no one can argue that what these designers did is truly a work of art. They can create lifelike, glowing trees, whimsical walls that look like they came straight out of a fairy tale, and they don't shy away from embracing technology. Now that's what I call a truly creative approach to designing living spaces. While these rails may look ominous, the local trains aren't transporting anyone to hell. They're just warming the train wheels to prevent them from freezing to the tracks. Ever seen those huge cooling towers blasting out steam? You might have wondered what's inside them. Well, here's your chance. Even with all that steam, the water reaching the bottom of the tower is already cooled, so there's no chance of getting burned. From now on, whenever seaweed brushes against your leg underwater, this will be the first thing you'll think about. The good news is that the goblin shark lives at depths of over 200 meters, so even though it can be dangerous to humans, it's not easy to find. It may seem ordinary at first, but let's take a closer look. Imagine you're lying on the beach and you accidentally rest your head on this rock. This restaurant in Vietnam is perfect for those who love sitting by a pond but can't get there often. Just imagine this vibe. Inside the restaurant, there are hundreds of koi fish swimming around. You can watch them for hours and even share your food with them. Those who say it's foolish to dream about material things just haven't seen this TV yet. It's one thing to type a few paragraphs on a typewriter, but quite another to create masterpieces like this. I wonder if anyone could do this back in the era of typewriters. If you find yourself in Abu Dhabi, you absolutely have to visit the SeaWorld. Just look at this marvel. The aquarium spans a massive 183,000 square meters, with water volumes reaching 58 million liters. It's home to thousands of marine creatures. I'm not sure you can see them all in just one day. You probably know the feeling when it's hot out and all you want is something cold to drink, but the store only has warm soda. Well, with this machine, that won't be a problem anymore. It chills any drink in just a few seconds. To most people, it's just a pile of junk from their childhood, but some artists see it as perfect materials for their art. Judging by the taxis in China, they're clearly living in 2124. The drivers are quiet and you don't even need to tip. However you look at it, it's the perfect way to get around. Many prefer to keep cats or dogs instead of aquarium fish, because they think that you can't cuddle them. And overall, they find them quite boring. Well, obviously, they've never seen this guy's pets. This guy designed his aquarium to look like a football field, and managed to teach their goldfish to play the game within just 6 months. Bad news for thieves. It looks like they should think about a different career. Now, instead of just security cameras, there are scanners with artificial intelligence that can detect and alert you about suspicious individuals, and even show if someone has hidden something in their pocket or bag. This is a perfectionist's idea of heaven. I wonder how they manage the water levels in case of heavy rain. Pick up snowboarding or skiing but afraid of hurting yourself? Well, here's the solution. With this simulator, there's no need to tumble down the slopes countless times to get the hang of it. True talent doesn't need both hands to create a masterpiece.
Bom dia de junho, 4 de junho, representando a arte e cultura de rua. filho, se essas cores aí, essa água tá mais verde, né? Rapaz, se eu tivesse um pouco mais de azul aqui, eu misturava com amarelo, ficaria mais verde. Mas é a condição que eu me encontro. Eu vou reclamar? Eu acho que não. Bom, vou ficar muito satisfeito. Obrigado, gente. Tudo de bom pra vocês e tenham um bom dia.
Valeu, meu amigo.
It's scary to imagine how big the owner must be. Sure, a parking sensor will help you get into that spot, but it won't park the car for you. Now, this robot, on the other hand, can do a whole lot more. No scratches, no circling for hours looking for a spot? Tell us in the comments, would you trust it with your car? Check out how they pick mushrooms in China. By the way, this wood ear mushroom is highly valued there and is really good for your health. Although autunite is a stunningly beautiful mineral, no one would recommend keeping it at home or making jewellery from it due to its high radiation levels. Who ordered a panic attack with a sprinkle of claustrophobia? Sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out, but honestly, this Jimbo cave in Argentina is much bigger than it seems, and it's quite an unusual sight. They don't really recommend going inside though. Chunks of ice fall from the ceiling every now and then. I'd spend the whole train ride staring at the floor. And here's why. I bet this is the coolest water gun you've ever seen. If you want to understand what Alice felt in Wonderland, it's time to go here. McKee Botanical Garden is located in Florida and was founded nearly a century ago, back in 1929. The setting there makes it feel like you've stepped into a fantasy world. Perhaps the most unusual unboxing video you'll ever see. We found the perfect spot for parties and gaming. Many people probably imagine rainbow trout something like this. The guy who filmed the video claims that it's actually a wrasse that he caught in the Seychelles Islands, and it's almost as if someone intentionally painted the fish in neon hues. If this lizard ends up losing its tail, it's almost as tragic as a girl cutting off her long hair. When you shine a UV light on a scorpion, it looks like the coolest guest at any party. No, it's not an alien creature, just an ordinary flatworm. Still, you probably wouldn't want to touch it. Doesn't this snake seem way too small and short to you? The thing is, it's not a snake at all. Some caterpillars have mastered the art of disguise so well that they can actually imitate snakes.
Sorry if I'm shaky. Look at that. It actually looks like a freaking snake, man.
No, these guys aren't harvesting cotton. They're actually regular aphids that feed on plant sap.
It's alive!
Remember Doctor Strange's portals? Well, they are real now. Alright, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. It's really just a cool installation that looks so unusual that you can't help but want to touch it. What could be better than playing tennis? Playing tennis right in the middle of the ocean. Eels are harmless, but I still wouldn't want to dip my legs in that water. Not many people know this, but the sandworms in Dune are based on actual creatures. Mahjong is an old Chinese game that uses a lot of tiles. It takes a long time to sort them after each game, unless you have a special table that does it automatically. It's heartwarming to see how much joy this brings to the older folks. Ever wondered how fast airplanes go during takeoff? It really depends on the type of plane. The heavier it is, the more lift it needs to get airborne. Don't quite get what you're looking at? That's why we're here for you. Check out the inner workings of this 4-stroke engine. It's amazing how fast it runs. Hello everyone. By using a strong water flow under high pressure, tree bark can be removed while preserving the natural texture and shape of the wood. No gadget can replace the old-fashioned garden shears in the hands of a true professional. It's amazing how effortlessly he creates those natural lines. Based on this video, it seems like the process of making a golf hole can be more enjoyable than the game itself. Working with pavers is like solving a puzzle, but thankfully, all the pieces are identical. A tried and true method, making your roof watertight with bitumen. Old school methods always seem so reliable. There's nothing quite like this satisfying process. That's why self-service car washes exist. Insulating a house with polyurethane foam is a process you could watch forever. Fine craftsmanship with natural slate. A super thin thermoplastic spring. Now, imagine the sound if it were glass. This moment made all the effort worthwhile. circular saws are great because you see the results of your work right away. And these guys achieve impressive results. Well done! That kind of mastery comes from really knowing the materials you're working with. There isn't a number that can describe how skilled this guy is. A true master always gets things done just as planned. This drum lets you combine wool of different colours, offering vast creative possibilities. That's quite impressive. In experienced hands, basic tools can yield fantastic outcomes. This is a rubber tree used for harvesting natural rubber. All of this delicate work is done purely by hand. They discovered a method to create paintings from sound. It's more like an anti-stress fidget than actual work. In the hands of a skilled person like him, even a mop can dance the tango. You can tell right away that the guy doesn't like to waste time. Watching a bricklayer at work is like watching an artist perform. The meticulousness and elegance of each move is simply breathtaking. In this restaurant, they'll bring you pizza before you even sit down. Talk about fast service. This guy can make smudges on glass disappear with a single glance. It'd be interesting to see the whole process from start to finish. A car would look simply amazing in the garage with that coating. Did you know that coal briquettes are flexible when they're being made? When it comes to traditional products, the skill of everyone involved is truly remarkable. The perfect finishing coat, a satisfying end to a job well done. Getting the perfect lawn takes effort, but precision and the right tools work wonders. Look at the geometric lines this guy's creating. Water spinach is a leafy green widely used in Asian cuisine. It's important to harvest it quickly. Take a look at the neat way that farmers collect it. Now, let's have a masterclass in how to slice rolls. How do they turn out so perfectly identical? Strong grip and unwavering focus. That's how you create the perfect hedge. You couldn't get a better result even with a lightsaber. When a master embraces the harmony of nature, they produce genuine masterpieces. However, his other works are equally delightful. Less rust means more endorphins. When you plan a home renovation, you expect everything to go exactly like this. These fruits are lucky to have ended up in good hands. It's a futuristic and captivating thing, isn't it? With modern laser cleaning technology, you can quickly rejuvenate old items by eliminating rust, patina, and years of grime. A life hack for those over 30. How to create perfect holes for seedlings. It's one of those cases where both the process and the outcome of the work are equally impressive. One of the effective and impressive ways to quickly collect leaves from a tea bush. What a remarkable talent! This artist single-handedly recreated the Great Wall of China. This driver handles the excavator so skillfully, it's like the bucket is an extension of his arm. Choosing the right accessories can turn work into a performance. Perfectionists will get chills from watching this video. The magical moment when you create something truly special. It's fair to say this piece qualifies as street calligraphy. Burning wood makes it less flammable and more resistant to decay. Plus, it creates a beautiful pattern right before your eyes. This farmer has ninja skills. The cabbage didn't even realize what happened. Even the act of cutting fish can be turned into an art. By the way, everything's fine with the dark parts, it's just a pigment thing. You're seeing how traditional Chilean flatbreads are made. This recipe isn't for the lazy. A gentle method to protect plants from weeds. And watching this is really relaxing. His job might seem easy, but in reality, achieving such smooth walls requires a high level of skill. Here's what the ideal poppet looks like for men. On a more serious note, this is how they make tactile surfaces that help blind people navigate the city. It's great to learn life hacks from real pros. When it comes to the foundation, every centimetre matters. There's no arguing with the efficacy of this invention. Thanks to these guys, bananas will stay fresh. That's teamwork done right. Fire treatment of granite is a fascinating process. By exposing the stone to temperatures reaching up to 2,500 degrees Celsius, fragile minerals burn away and pop off the surface. The resulting slab becomes exceptionally durable and gains a pleasing texture.